Resistance training. It is July 23rd, Wednesday, about 8 p.m. in the evening. All right. So today, it's been a while since I've made a video. I've been away for a little bit, been very busy. So I'm actually on a deload. So I'm taking a week off, complete 7 days. I figured it would be a good time since I'm in a cut. I'm cutting calories pretty drastically. And also, I had some business things that I had to take care of, and they would have interfered with my training. So I said, this is a perfect time to do that. So, what I'd like to talk about today is while you're cutting or in a deficit and you're trying to get leaner, you have to adjust your training in a manner that's going to allow you to continuously keep getting leaner and getting to your goal of whatever percentage of body fat you're trying to get, or if it's a six-pack or whatever. Because I've been going through these ups and down hurdles, and I'm going to give you some perspectives. Number one, you're going to lose size. Your arms are going to get smaller. You will get smaller. Your face, I can already, people saying my face looks drawn. Your neck's going to get smaller. You're just going to get smaller overall because basically you are cutting calories and the fat doesn't come off where you would like it to come off. So it's going to come off wherever genetically your body's set up for it to come off. It could come off your face and neck, and your midsection and your hips is probably going to be the last. It just depends on how your body gets rid of the fat deposit, the subcutaneous fat that you carry on your body. All right. So, with that being said, is that while you're cutting, we're going to get smaller, and we're not going to have that anabolic environment that when we're eating in a better, more calories, so to speak. In other words, at maintenance, we're able to actually maintain and build muscle at maintenance. But when we start lowering calories, and then what happens, we're trying to force the body to even drop more weight by incorporating a lot of cardio, a lot of walking, a lot of treadmill, whatever it may be, and then a lot of training, 4, 5, 6 days in the gym a week. That's where you're going to run into trouble. The scale, the weight on the scale is going to come to a halt. Cortisol is going to skyrocket because your body is getting lower calories, and you're pushing it to try to make it do things that it doesn't want to do. So it's all whacked out. So that's why if you watch my videos, you go back to what I was saying, the zigzag diet. Incorporate carbs one day, 3 or 4 for a couple of days, and then go back to lower carbs for about 4 or 5 days. Keep the body switching it back and forth, allowing it not to be able to adjust itself to any one, because your body, when you're doing all that cardio and you're in a lower, your metabolism will slow down. Your metabolism, and I know they say your metabolism doesn't, but your body will adapt. It'll adapt to this new environment that you've placed it in, that you've placed upon it, by lowering your calories, working out more, doing a ton of cardio. Cortisol's going to go up. Inflammation's going to go up, so you're going to be inflamed. You're going to start having injuries because your body is not capable. It doesn't have the nutrition and the proper food intake, and plus the extra training. You're just going to run into a shitload of trouble, okay? And I know this. I've been here, done that, okay? So what I'd like to say is I'm going to start going, I'm going to go back to training Monday. I'm taking the rest of this whole week. I took it off. I got some projects going on. So what I'd like to say is this. My body's yearning to go back, so that's a good sign. You want to be able to want to go and work out. That's a good sign. If you're doing this all the time, it's going to be like a dread going to the gym. You don't want that. You want to have that enthusiasm to go back and hit the iron. All right. So again, keep your workout simple. No more than 3 exercises in a given workout. No more than 15, 16 sets in a total workout and big compounds, finish with some isolations and keep it real simple. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to end this on this. I'm at 160. I'm at exactly 160 pounds. That's what I weighed this morning. So what I've decided to do is, instead of keep trying to force my weight down, I was 175 6 months ago. So I've come down in 6 months. I've come down from 175 to 160. That's 15 pounds. Okay. So you do it slow. That's what you want to do. You want to go slow. So now that I've reached 160, as I said in a previous video, once you reach a certain weight, I'm going to stay at this weight. I'm going to come back up to a maintenance. I'm about 1,500, 1,600 calories per day. So I'm coming up to about 1,850 to 1,900 calories to stop the weight loss. All right. So I don't go any lower than 160. And then I'm going to stay at this and try to recomp and keep as much muscle tissue as I can going forward. All right. So for a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and that way I set the body's set point. The body will it'll get accustomed to being at 160. And once that set point, and I believe this is just my theory, I believe when you reach a certain weight and you're there for a minimum of 2 to 3 months, your body will set that weight as its set point. It's like, boom, it's turned on, you're there, and that's where you're going to be. So it's always that's going to be your body's homeostasis. It's going to be right there. That's going to be your baseline. So it'll always fight to go back to that 160. So my plan is to stay at 160, recomp as much as possible, and then after a month or two, then start back and start dropping again calories, doing the zigzag diet, and trying to get as lean as I possibly can. In other words, I'm going to take another run at it. Okay, I took a run at it from 175 down to 160. That's a run. And then I'm going to chill out here at 160 for a while, and then I'm going to take another run at it and go from there. And the reason being is, I'll tell you why. Instead of just pushing on through and go, because it's hard on your body. I don't want to lose a lot of muscle. And my age, I'm going to be here 70 soon. My age, I'm 5'9.5", and I just feel that if I go any lower, because I'm not ripped, okay? I don't have a six-pack at 160. I'm carrying more fat than I actually, well, I knew I was carrying it, but what I'm saying is we all carry more subcutaneous fat than we actually think we are carrying, okay? So in order for me to be probably shredded, ripped six-pack, I'm going to have to probably be 148, 150. And at my height, it's just, so I got to recomp. That's the idea. I got to stay here and recomp. So I can give you, here, I'll show you let's do this. I'll give you an idea on kind of what's going on here. All right. Legs are looking always good. My legs are really good. All right. That's where I'm at. All right. Right here. Okay. So there's still fat there, and it's going to probably take me, I'll get there, but it's going to be a slow progress. The progress is going to be slow. But again, it's taken a lot of people, at least a minimum of a year. So I don't want to rush it, and I don't want to get all haggard out and start getting overuse injuries, okay? Because what's going to happen is you start pushing it, all right, and you're going to, you're not going to grow your arms, all right? There's no sense busting your ass in the gym to doing a bunch of curls or doing a specific body part to try to grow it when you're in this state. When you're in this state of a lower calorie, in a deficit, and you're getting leaner, your best that you can do is keep as much as you can. That's the goal, is to keep as much as we can keep at the same time recomping. And just, if you keep what you got, you're ahead of the game already. You're one step ahead of everything. But don't plan on making some big strides and getting your biceps. My biceps have already, proportionally, everything looks pretty good, but they've already gotten smaller. They're down right now, and they actually, they do look kind of bigger when you're leaner, but they went from 15 and 3/4, almost 16. They're down to 15. I lost 3/4 of an inch on them from when I was 175. If that's an example, see what I'm saying? We're gonna get smaller. My neck's smaller. My face is drawn in. You're starting to hollow out. You're getting more of a jawline. So these things are gonna happen, and that's just the way it is. So buckle in and go through the journey. That's all I got. All right, that's all I got. Subscribe to this channel, and we'll talk to you soon. Sorry it's been a while, but I've been really going nuts around here with lots of stuff to do. All right, let's see where the button is. Ciao, subscribe, like this channel. Adios.